That's the wrong. No, technically, no. Technically it's not the wrong trilogy. No. Revenge of the Sith reference to New Hope. Never mind. Whoops, my bad. Fake Star Wars fan. My apologies. Hello there. Well, welcome back to the Catch-Up Corner with Benson and Meg. Sorry, Neverland Reader. I'd say Neverland Reader, actually, but your channel's kind of...
I uploaded the other day, actually. I was supposed to upload yesterday, but I didn't get to edit it because there was a 2-hour-long podcast that I had to edit.
Well, it's your fault for adding Star Wars to the mix. What can I say? The Force just hates you. What can I say? Well, here we go. Last episode, we started with the prequel trilogy, and now we're here with the original trilogy. And we're going to try not to make this 2 hours long, but there's no promises. Because there's a lot to say about these ones, too, I feel like. Where the prequel was a commentary on George Bush, and then eventually the War on Terror stuff, you could feel like. This was about the Vietnam. Great stuff. Yeah, Vietnam War. The trees speak. Great stuff. This will include the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. The 3 most critically acclaimed of the bunch. In some cases, that isn't saying much, though. Actually, fun fact, some of these movies finally made their way into the Congress National Library to be preserved for history as early as 2021 in the case of Return of the Jedi, actually. It took them a while to get there, but they finally got there. I don't know the exact logistics of, what it means or what the threshold is to be qualified for this, but they made it. I think A New Hope has been there for a while, though. But this is the trilogy that started it all, and fun fact, Star Wars and Jaws go hand in hand. This is where my film class is going to come into play, in ushering in the era of the blockbuster filmmaking type, where blockbusters are just films you enjoy. They may not be the deepest things in the world, but they're like popcorn flicks is the... what's it called? Nickname for them. As our cats are fighting like it's the Empire versus the Rebellion right now. In the background. But they're easy movies you go, you talk about. I get a sneeze. And it's a great time. Great time nonetheless. We're gonna leave that in. That was funny. But yeah, a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about these movies, especially because they set up basically the prequels and the sequels. So let's see what you have to say.
So,
not before that interruption.
I'll let you sneeze about
No, I'm good.
Times.
It's okay. I'm good. Okay. It's only 3.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, if not April Fools. Okay. This is going to be titled The One Where Benson Sneezes the whole episode.
Okay. I feel like I have less strong opinions on this trilogy than I did the prequel trilogy.
Okay.
And I feel like that was just because there were so many emotions in that one, and because it was so...
straightforward.
It was, yeah. I mean, in the prequel trilogy, I feel like we were so focused on Anakin, and it's pretty much where, the hope died. In this one, excuse the pun, but it really does feel like there's hope in this whole
A New
trilogy.
Hope.
Ha, ha, ha. But it really does feel like that. It has an air of hope, and I actually want to talk about my preferred viewing of these movies.
Oh, we're doing that first.
I want to start with it first because I feel like it ties back to it in a lot of ways. I was going to save it for last, but I feel like I can't talk about a lot of my points without telling you my preferred way to watch these. A lot of people think that you should watch it the way that it was made. You should watch the original and then the prequel. I personally feel like you should watch the prequel first. I feel like there are a lot of things in this series that you don't totally understand until you watch the prequel, or they don't have as much of an impact until you watch the prequel.
The Clone Wars being one of the biggest things, in my opinion, which is a big way to show the stormtroopers, because they're all the same underneath. Well, I mean, to a fault. Eventually, the Empire started using volunteer stormtroopers, especially in the sequel trilogy, but I digress nonetheless. But it really does hit harder, in my opinion, with those lines. But, again, continuing with that.
There are some things that don't entirely add up if you watch the prequels first, like at the beginning of A New Hope, when we meet Ben, who ends up being Obi-Wan, which I fucked up in the last one. I said we meet Uncle Ben. I think I was confusing that with Star Wars. Star Wars with Spider-Man. But at the beginning, where Obi-Wan doesn't remember R2-D2, there's no way he doesn't remember R2-D2.
Yeah.
Like, he says he never remembers having a droid. And then, like, all of a sudden, like that the message from Leia comes through. Like, there's no way he doesn't remember R2-D2.
I mean, Uncle Ben and Yoda, or not Uncle Ben, now I'm saying it. I said, oh, well, you fucked it up last time. I thought you didn't catch on. Well, I kept saying Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Well, I only said Uncle Ben once.
Okay.
But then I realized my mistake afterwards, because I mean, Ben. I was thinking Obi-Wan, and then I said Uncle Ben, and I'm like, that's not the right one.
Well, I mean, when you look at this original trilogy, Yoda and Obi-Wan are not exactly themselves.
Yeah.
They're a little fucking kooky.
Yeah.
Especially Yoda, which we'll get into eventually, but they're a little kooky. So, I mean, if they don't remember stuff right away, I don't entirely blame them. But then again, there's the Obi-Wan show with fucks with continuity. Should I say that now? Because it's the biggest plot?
No.
No? Okay, good.
No.
Because it fucks with the continuity of Leia especially, but I digress. Either way, then again, Star Wars likes to fuck with its own continuity. More on that in later episodes. But, I don't know. They are a little kooky in this one. Like, they're the old mentor, gone silly, in a way. In a little light way. Like, Ben's still a little sassy. I feel like I do see why, especially if he hasn't seen R2 in forever, which he hasn't. But then again, I feel like his memory got jogged seeing Leia and the message from R2, because then that's where we get all the Clone Wars stuff eventually, too. So, I don't know. It's 50-50. It's not going to be perfect when you make a prequel after the original, and then there's a sequel and all that, blah, blah, blah. But it's very tough to, kind of gauge. So, who knows? I digress.
Our cats have been sleeping all morning, and now they're running around as soon as we start filming a podcast.
They know the perfect time to start running around, quite frankly. But, I don't know. Not everything's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's going to, especially with also, too, keep in mind, the original trilogy has been reworked in some scenes to fit the reissue of the late 90s and 2000s. I mean, Hayden Christensen, for example, was implemented in for the end scene in Return of the Jedi instead of the original adult actor that they had from the original times. And Ian McDiarmid, I believe. Diamond? I keep messing up the last name. I confuse him with a fucking hockey player, and I am so sorry. But Ian actually wasn't also in Empire Strikes Back, but he was in this one. Ian wasn't Emperor Palpatine until Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
in Empire Strikes Back, he was originally played by someone else, and this is the funny part, he was played physically by someone else and also voiced differently by someone else. It's like the Darth Vader thing where, the physical doesn't meet the, what's it called? Voice actor? It's the same thing with this. So, it's very interesting in that regard. But continuity has always been a weird thing with Star Wars in some of the nitty-gritty details. I don't entirely think it's out of the realm for Ben to forget some things, but I digress nonetheless. So, that is still funny, though. Let's point and laugh at you, though, with the Uncle Ben thing again. Stupid. We already caught up on Spider-Man. Idiot. Well, other than the shows, but idiot.
But
stupid.
One of the reasons that I think you should watch the prequel trilogy first is because of the parallels you see between the characters, especially. Like, Luke is so much like Anakin. You see the anger, and you see the sassiness, because the boys are sassy.
Yeah, these boys better paint their nails and go paint the town, because they are sassy femboy central. I'm kidding.
And then a lot of Padme and Leia.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, she is what Padme should have stayed the whole fucking time.
Yeah. Leia is one of the best heroines of all time for a reason.
Even when she was in love, and I wrote this for another movie, but I'm saying it now. Even when Leia is in love, she's still badass the whole fucking time. Like, yeah, she asks Han to hold her, but, she's still badass. She's still fighting front and center. She's there. This is what Padme should have been the whole time.
Yep. I can't disagree with that. I mean, can't disagree that Carrie Fisher plays that role. Rest in peace to her. One of the fucking best to do it.
And James Earl Jones.
I remember last year when we got that news. Was it last year or is it this year?
It wasn't this year.
It wasn't this year?
No.
I thought in September, like, James Earl Jones passed.
Oh, it's been a really long
It's
year.
been a horribly long year.
It has been a very long year, so I'm not...
Look this up while I tell the story, because Connor, we were hanging out in the living room, actually, just out of nowhere. I think we were just all chilling before we go play Dungeons & Dragons, and Connor proceeds to tell...
2024.
2024? Okay, so it has been a year. Thank God. Okay. This year's been terribly long. I hate it already. But, I remember when Connor broke the news because he saw it on his phone and we were just all sitting there, you know? Like, this is a guy that empowered and gave Vader the role that he is. Like, yeah, Anakin is integral in the prequel and other stuff, but Darth Vader, before we got Anakin, was the epitome of the villain of all time. Like, one of the best to do it. And in part, that's because James Earl Jones gave him such an amazing voice. The man that wrote the man that was the voice of the Bible clock gave us Darth Vader, and I fucking love that for him. So, I mean, that's just my footnote, but Carrie Fisher and James Earl Jones, rest in peace to both of them, obviously. So, no sadness, though. Let's talk about the new hope that is Luke and Leia. Let's talk about this movie. This is the first movie to start it all. It was just simply called Star Wars before we even got the A New Hope. This was just Star Wars. What did you think of this movie?
I enjoyed it. I don't think it was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I feel like it was really, really... I mean, I'm trying to talk about it on its own because, of course, this is the first one, but it's really hard to do that when you've already seen the prequels.
Yeah, which makes it hard with the viewing that you have. Either way you view this is hard.
Yeah.
You know?
But there was a lot of shooting in this one. Not so much lightsaber work, which is an interesting choice.
Well, I mean...
But understandable because Luke has no idea what the Force is.
It's also, you know, the Jedi before the prequel are considered like the essentially wizards. This is literally a medieval tale, space opera-wise. Like, you know, the Jedi are the equivalent of wizards, essentially. And everyone else is a soldier, knight type of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, even Darth Vader, who is a powerful figure, uses the Force more than anything. And even then, he didn't always use the Force. And that opening scene on Tantive 4, I believe it is, if I remember the space name, where they were chasing Leia with the plans of the Death Star, he didn't Force choke a rebel. He just straight choked him up and with one hand and killed him. Mm-hmm. So, Vader's fear, and he's a lightsaber wielder too, you know, his fear and his powers weren't just with lightsaber duels in the Force. He was a strong motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was one of the most powerful in the galaxy for a reason. This is why the Chosen One going to the dark side was so bad. Like, the Force is essentially magic spells. Mm-hmm. These are all wizards that went extinct. So the fact that there's technically only 2 left at this point in time in the movie, with a third possibly being redeemed and made in Luke, it adds the mysticism to it. So it does essentially become, like you said, more shooting than anything. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a good thing, because at least you can get the base level of everyone else in the galaxy and their basic means of action compared to the rest.
Yeah, I think this definitely felt like a war movie. Get it? Star Wars. Ha 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 ha. It's so funny. I think I'm hilarious. But there was a lot of shooting and a lot of running away.
Yeah, you had to recover from that one.
A lot of running away.
Oh yeah, they ran a lot. Boy, they got the steps in. I wish Pokemon Go was a thing back then, because they sure got their fucking steps in this movie. They got a lot of steps in. They could have hatched like 5 eggs for me, honestly. Just use their Apple Watch, get a Pokemon egg going. When the other one hatches, bam, done. Would have gotten so many eggs from them. I love that for them, quite frankly. But it is tactical. It's a lot of falling back. Like, that's literally a strategy in war, is fall back, retreat, especially for the rebels. Like, the rebels are quite literally the underdogs. Like, there's no building up, like, they gotta start from ground 1. They were at ground 5, start from ground 1 in new territory. They're just getting their asses kicked right out the gates. I mean, they get boarded immediately, and the stormtroopers come in, and I know there's a lot of jokes about stormtroopers missing a lot of their shots, but they still decimate the rebels in the opening scene. And you gotta admit, that hallway scene was fucking epic. That's a great way to start your movie.
It was. It is really, really fun, but I feel like I don't have a lot to say about it compared to, like, I just don't have very strong feelings about this trilogy as a whole. Not that it was bad, but it didn't piss me off. I think it didn't piss me off enough. If I have a lot to say about something, or if I have very strong feelings about something, it usually means it pissed me off.
Yeah.
And it really, this one really didn't. Like, it's good, it's straight to the point. I don't feel like I was invested in the battle scenes, especially Darth Vader and Obi-Wan's battle towards the end. I feel like, I mean, I think it was purposeful, because Obi-Wan knew he was gonna die.
It was purposeful.
It was
to a degree.
purposeful, but I just feel like it didn't have that intensity
Yeah.
that it did in the prequels. And,
I mean,
like, we didn't, like, why should we care? We don't really know who this guy is.
Even compared to Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, you can tell this was, like, the first big movie to do, for George Lucas at least. I mean, there's always been movies. I mean, Star Wars was also, in part, inspired by a Japanese samurai movie called The Hidden Fortress. So, I mean, to be quite fair, the duel is slower to a point, because I feel like it harkens back to a little bit of a samurai era, but also you can tell this is George Lucas' first foray with it, and the choreography, I agree, is just not there, like you would with Obi-Wan and Anakin in the prequel, or even Luke and Darth Vader in both their duels in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Like, those movies got a huge upgrade in choreography, in my opinion, but it's still a good movie, and honestly, I don't disagree. I think New Hope is fantastic for what it is. I don't think it ranks higher than like episode 4 or 5 on the list for me, including the independent films, including all the sequel stuff. Like, yeah, it'd be number like 3, 4. No, not even 3, 4. It'd be 4 on my list. Okay. So, I think it's a great film. I think it's a great introduction, but there is a reason this movie especially, this trilogy especially, is used as the epitome of the hero's journey when studying film and entertainment and everything in general. Luke is your typical hero. Leia is a nice badass twist in many ways. Darth Vader's the impenetrable dark force.
Who of course is attractive, because no female badass can be ugly.
No, we can't. No, we can't, sister.
And
Amen.
of course, that comes back to the third movie that we'll talk about, because they couldn't resist the urge to put her in a fucking bikini.
Oh, we'll get to that, because I did research on this. This is funny as shit, some of the behind the scenes for that with Carrie Fisher. But I feel like this is the easiest to talk about, because, like you said, there isn't a lot there. It's a great film. There's not much else to say about it. But then again, you could say that about a lot about all three. So what did you think of the space battles? Like, everything with the spaceships. Like, especially the epitome conflict of the Death Star. What did you think?
It was great. And, of course, this is where we get the classic Darth Vader theme. Because I know you were going to ask me about that.
Yeah, the Imperial March. We get the Imperial March a lot in these films, but
otherwise, I enjoyed the battles. I don't think I was as invested in these battles, again, because they just didn't feel personal. It literally just felt like a war that was going on. Of course, that's the point of it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't lead for a lot of emotional battles, which is something I appreciated of the prequels.
That's fair, of course, too. What'd you think of the plot in general for this? And actually, no, before we get to the plot, because I feel like you'll have the same about the plot, because this is the first big look at the galaxy in this series.
I feel like the world was a little limited.
Yeah, okay, I was going to ask about that, because we saw Yavin 4 and Tatooine.
Yeah.
As, like, the planets.
And even Tatooine was pretty limited.
I don't know. I feel like Tatooine wasn't limited.
I feel like we got more of it later on.
Well, we got more sweeping shots then.
Yeah.
But to set up this movie, I mean, the iconic twin sun look with Luke looking out over the horizon, one of the biggest things of setting up your galaxy and how weird it can get was the cantina scene. I mean, you got every alien. You got Greedo and Han. Jabba the Hutt wasn't originally a Hutt in the original New Hope. No, they changed that, I'm pretty sure. Oh. So you get the Hutt in this one, obviously. This Han in debt to this Hutt, Pizza the Hutt from Spaceballs. I mean, Jabba the Hutt. My apologies. That was funny. I love Spaceballs so much.
I've never seen it.
What?
I've never seen Spaceballs.
We have to watch it now, because now they're officially doing the sequel, The Search for More Money. We gotta watch it. We gotta watch Yogurt. It's so fun. But in all seriousness, Jabba the Hutt is there. The Bonfas, we get the Tusken Raiders, who are very crucial to everything. And it's very fitting that Luke almost gets his ass handed, because I feel like the Tuskens took one look at this dude and went, hey, wait a minute. He looks familiar. And went through their ancestral scrolls or books and went, yo, he looks like that guy that fucking took out that village. There's a lot that they do. They're like, it's passive world building. It's not direct world building. I mean, you could say that about the sweeping shots in the prequel, but I appreciate the finer details of the passive world building in New Hope. And also because we get the greatest music form of all time, jizz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up.
We got jizz, baby. Play that jizz. I love that shit. Love that. That's where we also got the iconic Cantina theme, too. Which, okay, we'll stop the plot for a second. The music in this. John Williams' big thing. What did you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, again, the iconic... What was it called again?
Cantina
Imperial,
theme.
Yeah.
Imperial March.
Yeah, that. Iconic.
Yep.
I think, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really... I mean, I don't pay a lot of attention to music in movies. I'm
Wow.
gonna be so honest.
Really?
Unless it's like a musical. But, like, it takes a really strong soundtrack for me to get pulled in.
Which is the prequels, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, this is iconic, though. But, like, you know, you got, obviously, the iconic text scroll, which... Should I talk about the story for that? Should we put that into context?
You can, but let's try to keep this under an hour and a half.
This is important. No. But the text scroll, if I remember right in film class, we were watching a documentary, and it was, I think, there was a preview showing of Star Wars. And it was George Lucas, I think Spielberg was there, and a couple other director friends. And they were eating Chinese food in a restaurant one day. It was mainly just them. And I don't know how true this is. I think there was a thing about it in one of the documentaries, but somebody stood up and was after being quiet all day and screamed at Lucas, none of this makes fucking sense. What's the context for this? What's this big hairy guy doing here? Why should we care about these characters? Why should we care about this war? We just got dropped in, essentially. And George was so salty and so pissed, he said, all right, fine, text scroll. And that's how we got caught up.
Wow. I mean, I like that,
I'm pretty
though.
sure I'm remembering it right from the documentary, but the iconic text scroll was from a Chinese restaurant thing afterwards.
Okay,
I gotta.
but I like that though. I
Please
feel like it's so iconic.
Yeah, please correct me in the comments. But like I remember seeing a documentary in film class that went something along those lines, and it was like it's super important to the lore because we wouldn't get anything iconic that we did with that now. You know, we wouldn't get the iconic shoot from the scroll into the space battle. You know what I mean? Right above Tatooine, which is so mood setting. Yeah. We wouldn't have gotten anything like that. And again, this movie is iconic for a lot of things, that being one of them. But what about the plot? How'd you feel about the plot for this? Let's go into that. This is like your first... I feel like you could say a lot about the characters later on in other movies when they're able to be more than just hero's journey pawns. But what did you think about the characters and the plot for this?
I think it was a good setup movie.
Yeah.
It's a good start. However, if I was watching this when it was first released and I had to wait so long for a sequel, would I really care about what it was setting up to?
You didn't have to wait that long, though. I'm pretty sure it was a 4-year wait, 3-year wait.
4 years.
4 years, 3 years. That's a typical movie wait, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Would I necessarily have cared about where it was setting up to?
You got to remember for the context, though, not in today's terms.
Maybe.
Not in today's terms. You got to think back to then. This was huge back then. Like, this was groundbreaking, some of the work they did.
That's fair.
Like, think about it in that regard. Like, you're thinking in regards to groundbreaking, and this is my issue sometimes of how you indulge in media, is you're thinking, like, would I have wait for it, and you're thinking in today's standards, because you're looking at, this is not a diss at today's media, because there's a lot of great media that does a lot of innovative things, but what you see for today's media is like what was back then for them. Like Spider-Verse was like the Spider-Verse animations of now that you're waiting so long for. This was like that for them. Like this was practical, pure, genuine genius effects, great storytelling. Like definitely followed the hero's journey to a T at some points, but it was the innovation of the popcorn flick blockbuster era where you didn't have to really think too much about this after you left, unlike Taxi Driver or Space Odyssey or that type of shit, you know?
Fair. I don't feel like I really think about it in terms of like today's standards versus back then standards. I think of it in my standards.
Oh, ADHD.
Because this is not
ADHD.
something that I would typically watch if it were not for you.
I mean, that's fair. But you're also not as open-minded to media. You have your niche little corner.
Which is the point of this corner.
You have your niche little corner, but then if somebody wants to... Okay, you're a baby where you're fed your nice little sweet baby corn. This is delicious. But then here comes the airplane with spinach. Fuck no, get that out of the way.
I like spinach.
The allegory. Jesus Christ, the allegory. Please, I'm begging you. You're killing me here. But, I don't know. I feel like you're getting better about getting out of that, though. But... even then, you gotta admit, I do have to agree. This definitely felt like a setup. I mean, Vader didn't die. He just got spun into space, and then he righted himself. You knew there was gonna be a sequel, most likely. Yeah. But even then, this was still a damn fun film.
It was fun. Fantastic I did enjoy it. My favorite? No.
Yeah, it's a good film, though. Good. But that's what it is.
It's a strong start.
It's a very strong start for what it is. It is a setup film, still, in many ways. So...
do you have any more questions for me until we move on?
No, I was going to say, let's be careful about this next film, because you're going to piss off a lot of people, including me, depending on what you say. This is The Empire Strikes Back. This film originally had mixed reception back then because of its darker themes, or darker tone, I should say, compared to New Hope. This had a lot of mixed reception back then, but now we know it is one of the best Star Wars films, one of the best films even, of all time. I want you to be very honest, but very careful with me about your opinion. What did you think of The Empire Strikes Back? My hand is hovering over the mouse to stop recording as we speak.
It was solid. It was solid. It wasn't the worst. It felt like another setup film, though.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Here we fucking go.
What?
Here we fucking... No, go ahead. Do your opinions.
What are your opinions?
Oh,
are you for or against?
I'm for it.
Okay.
I love this film.
Then don't yell at me, because I liked it.
Yeah, but the setup film thing can only go so... Okay, Across the Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse was a setup film, and you loved it, though.
I liked it.
What...
This was not my favorite in the trilogy.
Wait. What is it with you in setup films, then? Because Into the Spider-Verse is a setup film, and you fucking loved it. So, what makes this any different?
I don't know. No, I mean, I didn't love Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, you did.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I swapped it. Across the Spider-Verse is the setup film. That's the setup film.
Well, no, it was only a setup because it was supposed to be a longer movie.
Yeah, and they split it in two.
So that wasn't a setup.
But it became a setup anyways.
Because it could have been its own movie.
But it became a setup anyways.
So that's not... It doesn't count.
What the fuck do you mean it doesn't count?
Okay, a setup movie is something that only exists...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
...for a second part.
Oh, my God.
Across the Spider-Verse did not only exist for a second part. It had its own thing going on. It could have stood on its own.
I'm so mad. Oh
boy. Okay, let's talk about it.
I'm so fucking mad. Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I have something to tell you.
What?
If the only two options for me to survive are to let me freeze or to shove me inside the body of a dead fucking animal, let my ass freeze.
No, I'm putting you in the tauntaun.
Do not shove me in there.
After what you just said, I'm shoving you in the tauntaun, and quite frankly, I'm leaving the intestines in there, too.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
I'm gonna leave you in there.
Do not put me in there.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Do not. Just don't.
No, too late. Okay, so the Wampas and the Tauntauns were huge in this movie.
I can't.
Okay, Cat in the Hat, calm the fuck down. Okay, so what'd you think of the galaxy in this one? We got a lot more worlds. We did
get a lot more worlds.
Bespin,
I liked it.
We got Bespin, Hoth, we got Dagobah, we got all those wonderful, and we even got the inside of an asteroid, technically.
Yeah.
Which was hype as fuck.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the galaxy in this one?
I liked it a lot.
Better look?
Yeah, better worlds. Definitely better dynamic as a whole. I liked it a lot.
Okay, good. Anything else you
when
want to say?
When I say it was solid, I don't mean that I didn't like it, that it was iffy. I felt I like it. It just wasn't my favorite.
Okay, fine. Put it in a range of 1 to 10. Where does this land? There's a very, very thin line you're about to cross here.
8.
Oh, dear fucking God.
What?
Oh, I'm hurt. Okay, continue.
It's not a perfect 10.
Eh.
I have another movie that beats this one.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I have another movie that beats this
What
one.
are you talking about? I'm scared to ask.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, wait, never mind. Okay. See, I would take that answer, quite frankly. So that's fine, I guess. Okay, so...
You know what brings it down, though?
What?
The fucking screams.
Oh, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Oh, my God. Oh,
Listen, if I'm dying, I'm gonna scream. I'm not gonna go, ah!
No, you need to explain the whole context from when we watched Empire Strikes Back the first time months ago. Okay? This isn't the Wilhelm scream, okay, that we're talking about. This is an extra scream when they died on the fucking snow speeder. Okay, first of all, no, we're doing this first so we can talk about the Battle of Hoth otherwise and just get this out of the way. Okay. There's the scene where the AT-ATs are attacking the station. And the Empire is gaining ground, and the only way to knock down the AT-ATs is to get their vulnerable weak spot by basically taking a tether cable, wrapping it around the legs, knocking them down, and then shooting the neck, which is great. Great stuff. Their rebels are clearly dying. She cannot let go that one of the extras in the 2 seconds of screen time he had didn't have, God forbid, the most convincing scream.
Honey, it wasn't just him, though. It was like everybody that got shot. It was just, ah! It just seems like he was at a haunted house and someone just turned the corner and scared the shit out of him.
He literally just went, ah! That's all he did. That's all he did.
So
God forbid a guy want to cash in his fucking check. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. You think you can do better? I want to see you. I want to put you in a spaceship. I want to see what your scream is in your last seconds. Please.
It wouldn't be that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Maybe Christopher Lee was onto something with this whole death scream thing. Gee, oh boy. Okay, now that we got that silly bullshit out of the way.
Oh man, no.
Battle of Hoth. How do you feel about the battles in this one in general? Both blaster, space, and Jedi. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be a shit show.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no you're not. No you're not. I know you're not. It's yeah.
The battles. I liked the battles. This is where we really start to see Luke's training.
Yep.
And this is where we finally start to get those iconic lightsaber scenes.
Oh, the cinematography for Luke and Vader is the best. One of the best. I mean, fantastic. What about the Battle of Hoth? The setup is that, there's an Imperial probe, Luke gets lost, and then all of a sudden, the Empire's there. Luke's not even at 100% by the time he joins, you could say. But even then, with him at 100%, the odds of this are not good. Like, they come in with these impenetrable, iconic, all-terrain vehicles, the AT-AT. What'd you think of that?
From what I saw between my laughter, I liked it a lot. I think it was engaging. It was in your face. It was a good battle.
It's a fantastic battle.
It's a great battle.
They do some great stuff with it. I'd say that battle clears the entire original trilogy itself. Mm-hmm. I think it clears the entire, there isn't a lot of time with it in space especially, but what we get in the terrain, with the escape scene, with everybody falling back, with the last stand, I think it's iconic.
Yeah.
It's iconic for a reason. I loved everything about this battle. It sets up the stakes even more. They won and beat the Death Star technically, but there's still a whole empire at large. You won one battle, but you haven't won the war. And it clearly shows here when they get their asses soundly handed to them after fleeing Yavin 4, setting up another space, and then losing that space to the Empire on an isolated planet. Mm-hmm. It's not a good feeling. And it sets up the rest of the film where quite literally the Empire is always striking back. I mean, you got the chase scene into the asteroid field where the Millennium Falcon's fleeing. Luke doesn't even strike back at the Empire for most of this. He's away training. It's Leia, Han, Chewie, R2, and C-3PO dealing with the Empire striking back for the most part. And then also backstabs from friends in the form of Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. I liked Lando.
Oh, he's great.
But that one scene, he was questionable.
Yeah, Lando's great, though. Lando's a good guy. He's a charmer. He's great. Fantastic character all around.
Are
Fantastic.
we getting into characters?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about the characters real quick. Because a lot of character arcs and relationships upgrade and feel out of the box for this one. So what do you think of that?
Yoda's fucking lost it.
Yeah. if Obi-Wan Kenobi can't remember R2-D2 for a little bit, Yoda can't remember fucking shit.
No, it very much seems like there are some substances on the planet that he has decided to hide on.
Bro's literally beating the shit out of R2 with his cane.
Well, because R2's trying to steal it.
Well,
He said no.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't trust Yoda with a cane either, quite frankly, if that was R2.
He's hitting him with it.
Just knocking on a mine. If I was R2, I'd be fucking pissed at good old Yoda. Yoda's definitely lost it though. Like,
yeah, Yoda is gone. He's gone.
It's funny watching the prequels first, coming and then going to this, because technically this movie came out first. But it's such a weird feeling seeing this wise, badass Jedi completely lose it. But then it also plays, I guess, into the downfall of the Jedi very well, because he's fucking lost it. All that wisdom and experience, it's still there in spurts when he wants to be serious, but it's gone otherwise.
Yeah, he's very much he's out of it, but
he took the biggest hit.
Yeah, and I mean, you lost all your friends. You had to move to this isolated planet so that you are safe. It's a very tough situation to be, so I can't blame him very much, but...
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, he's a little goofy.
He is a little goofy. What about the other characters?
I liked Leia and Han's dynamic in this one. I mean, okay. Alright, let's talk about the iconic scene. The I love you scene.
I know.
I hated that at first. I hated it at
you
first.
Did.
I did not like it.
Wait, at first?
At first.
Okay.
My opinion has changed.
Why?
I think it's the way he looks at her when he says it.
Okay.
Because
George hates the scene, I'm pretty sure.
He does. So the original controversy with the scene was people didn't think that Han should say I love you too because it didn't fit his character. I originally agreed with him. But then you watch the scene and she says I love you and he says I know. And it's just the way that he looks at her. I feel like he is an actions first person, and it makes sense for his character.
Yeah.
So begrudgingly, I'll admit that I was wrong.
I mean, you look at their scenes before this. She called him a scruffy-looking nerf herder. I
love her.
Oh, she's fucking great. Everyone got an upgrade in this. Speaking of dynamics, I mean, the Luke and Leia dynamic. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I can tell you right now, we'll go into a scene later on in Return of the Jedi, but whoopsies,
yeah.
Alabama.
If you don't know, they kissed.
Yeah, they kissed.
Well, she kissed him to make Han jealous because he was pissing her off.
And it worked.
It worked.
They're like that married couple that will always argue, but they'll beat the shit out of anyone that says anything about their Pookie.
Yeah.
But they're so fucking good. They are so... Like, Han is a great character arc. He went... And I feel like it adds more from New Hope, where his character arc in New Hope is he didn't care about anybody, but then he cares about the rebellion and came back to help Luke, obviously. Without Han, that whole mission was a failure, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And Han's the wild card that the Force could never predict, honestly.
Yeah.
And then in this one, he continues to care, but it's also about opening up personally and not just, rebellion-wise. And I think that's huge for this movie. And it plays into the more, I guess, quote-unquote, mature themes that people didn't like about this. Because it makes him tackle what he cares about. I mean, he's a guy that's used to only caring about himself, his ship, and Chewie. And Chewie, his character arc in this is that he gets to laugh at everybody.
Fun fact, we met Chewbacca when we went to Disney, and he told Benson that he liked their beard.
Yeah, I had a great Wookiee beard. I felt proud about that. Just saying. I felt extremely proud about that one. But Chewie just laughed at everybody this whole movie. Like, he laughed at Han especially during that scene. Instead of being angry all the time, he got to laugh his ass off, and he was so happy.
He got to watch his best friend fall in love.
Yeah.
Well, she's also shitting on him the whole time.
Oh no, he was snorting the whole time. It's so funny. But Chewie didn't really. But then I feel like Chewie doesn't need much of a fucking character arc. He's just a great Wookiee that everybody loves. 3PO and R2, they stay the same, quite frankly, in this one. Nothing changes with them, except 3PO gets disassembled.
R2's a menace.
R2 is a menace.
I can't wait till we get to the Droids TV show. That's
Return
I've already
of the
started
Jedi.
watching it. It's fun.
Return of the Jedi as well. Menace. Empire Strikes
always a
Back.
menace.
Every time, menace. The Phantom Menace is regarding R2-D2.
Yeah.
Because no one expects the droid. But other character arcs, one of the biggest one I think we should talk about is technically Luke. This is where he really indulges in his Jedi training, and we see more about the old mysticism of the Force and the Jedi. So, I want to connect this back to another piece of media that you've watched. Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know where I'm going with this?
I do. I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
Book 2, where Aang's trying to unlock all the chakras. This
But
feels...
his friends are in trouble.
Yup. And then he loses part of him, and the enemy wins. It always comes back to Star Wars somehow for these medias. What did you think of this? Like with Luke and his training, he's being told that to unlock mysticism, he has to cast aside his feelings or it goes to the dark side, which feels dangerous, especially because of how Anakin fell the same way.
Which is very frustrating because you see Yoda pushing back once again, and it's like he has learned nothing. Like, literally the whole reason that Anakin became Darth Vader in the first place was because he was told not to feel his feelings. And it just ended up going against him.
Yeah, it wasn't even just the fact he wasn't told how to feel his feelings. He was never given the proper guidance on how to feel.
Exactly.
Which
so you're
sucks.
trying to do the same thing to his son, knowing that there is potential for him to turn out the exact same way.
Yeah.
Luke ultimately goes and tries to save his friends. And, I mean, we'll talk about how that works out afterwards. But, like, at this point, he's like, I want to become a Jedi Master, but my friends are more important to me. I'm going to feel my feelings. I'm going to make sure that they are safe. I'm not going to sacrifice my friends just to become stronger.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the most important part about being human, but also the regulation of it is what's lost in all of this, which we'll get to as well, I feel like. But the training is so cool in my regard, because it's a lot of psychological training especially. Like, that, when he goes in the cave and he duels, quote-unquote, Vader, that whole thing, oh man, how does that not fuck you up if you're Luke a little bit?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a good training, though, you know? What do you have to think about that part of the training specifically? Like, not the outcome, the training scenes themselves, because we intersplice them with the other heroes, especially in their space antics. This was more grounded compared to that, though.
I don't like it. I feel like we didn't see a lot of Anakin's training. So to actually be able to see the logistics of the training that the Jedi go through, it was fun. It was interesting.
It's very fun.
Like, it was cool to see, like, the actual inner pieces of what's happening here.
Yeah, and it shows the Force is more than just feeling something. It's what you see a lot of in New Hope, where everything is connected. And, well, actually, no, I should reverse that. The Force interconnects everything in A New Hope. It's more personal here, where you have to handle how everything's interconnected, including yourself. And I think that's so fucking interesting in that regard. It's such a psychological thing that I think there's a book of in a series that we have, The Psychology of Insert Nerdy Thing Here. I think there's a Star Wars book.
I don't think we have it.
I don't think we do either, but we should. But there's a lot of layers of psychological warfare that go into finding yourself and interconnecting yourself with the world around you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's interesting. I think that's rad as fuck, in my opinion. And it's cool that Luke goes in this arc, but it makes it even worse when he fails eventually. Because, yeah, he didn't finish his training, but he also, it was just doomed from the start because he didn't learn how to regulate anything. Like, the training itself is flawed, and even if he did have the training, let's be honest, I don't think it would go well. Especially because Vader throws the iconic curveball in that he is Luke's father.
I was just going to say, do you want to talk about that scene? You jumped to it. All right. Yeah, this is the iconic scene. The line that everybody knows, Luke, I am your father.
Except for you before I told you.
Yeah.
Because you lived in a pineapple under the sea.
Yeah. But yeah, it really... Okay, this is the reason that I think you need to watch the prequels first. I mean, no, actually, no, it's not. There's a scene in another movie that I think you need to watch the prequels first. I feel like this is a good reason to watch the original series first, because, like, if you already know who Darth Vader is...
Mm-hmm. It ruins it.
It kind of ruins it.
This is the argument for what to go against what you say for your order, and it's a damn good argument.
But there's a scene in the next movie that is the reason I think you need to watch the prequels first.
Yeah, that's fair. That is
so.
Totally
You flip flop no matter what you watch first, because you're like, oh, I'm really glad that I watched this one first for XYZ, but then the same argument could be made for other reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So it is tough, but it's such an iconic scene.
It's damn good. And again, John Williams is the master of music. He upped his game for this movie, and that scene especially was amazing. Like, genuinely such a great one. And then he's trying to recruit his son to the dark side. Oh boy. Like, I feel like that's where you could see there's still a piece of Anakin somewhere in there, maybe. Like, you know, obviously they want victory and total dark side domination, but I feel like there's a part of Anakin still in there that wants to believe, and I think that sets up Return of the Jedi perfectly in that regard. But I digress, though. I digress with that scene. Also, anything else you want to say about Luke in general?
No. I think this is a good turning point for him.
Yeah, this is a good turning point for everybody.
We don't see as much anger in him in this one.
You
see that he is trying and he really wants to try. Unlike Anakin, who's, even when he is training to be a Jedi Knight, is just so angry.
Yeah. I mean, it's a turning point for everybody. Han, you know, he reaches his climax of his character arc by the end when he's frozen in carbonite and brought to Jabba the Hutt.
Which is where we end with his whole dynamic in this movie. We get left on a cliffhanger as to whether or not he survives.
Well, we get left on a cliffhanger of everything. You know, we get left on a cliffhanger of, is the Empire going to win? The last thing we see is Luke getting his robot hand, like father, like son.
Yeah.
And let's go into the ending really quick. This is going to be a 2-hour episode, because now we're going to talk about...
I don't want to see a 2-hour episode. I can't edit a 2-hour episode today.
Let the Jedi Master talk. The ending of Empire Strikes Back itself. This is a movie. Okay, New Hope is, we won and we got the upper hand. But then Empire Strikes Back flips it April Fool's style. And the ending itself is reminiscent almost of Revenge of the Sith. The villains win, and there's like so much uncertainty, but there's still, you feel like on that last shot, the glimmer of hope. And the music itself, like, feels that way. What did you think of that? Like, the fact that, like, even when they suffer all these major losses, they're not going to give up. What did you think of this ending?
That's what I wanted from the prequel trilogy. I still feel like I still felt hope all throughout it. And one of my favorite tropes in any media is a found family trope. And this whole trilogy feels like that.
Yeah.
So even if like they're down and out, they still are going to give it a try, because they may have lost the battle, but they have not lost the war.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I appreciate that a lot.
It's the inverse of New Hope. They won the battle, but not the war.
Yeah.
And you feel like they're going to win, but the Empire just shuts everything down in that regard. Like, the Empire Strikes Back literally is just the Empire proving that the Death Star being destroyed was not the end of them. They're called the Empire for a reason. But, again, as long as the Resistance is still standing, there's still hope. So
yeah, I feel like one of the first things that I said about a Phantom Menace was that this series, like, you can never tell what's going to happen, because, like, it's not a safe series. But in this one, it does, like, even though they lose, it does still feel safe, because there's just that air of hope, and, like, you can tell that they want to win this.
Oh yeah, they absolutely do. There's no doubt about it. But anything else you want to say for Empire Strikes Back?
No, we
Anything
can
else?
move on to my favorite one.
Okay, see, if you didn't say Empire Strikes Back, at least I can give you credit for Return of the Jedi. This is also where we get Max Rebo. So shout out Max Rebo. You know who Max Rebo is? He's that dumb alien elephant-looking thing in Jabba's palace playing the keyboards and shit. Everyone loves Max Rebo.
And this is where we meet my favorite characters.
Oh, the terrors. The war criminals.
I don't want to hear that they are war criminals,
They are
Your
war
Honor.
criminals.
I am their
They're
lawyer.
war criminals.
I am their lawyer.
They ate
and
the
they are
stormtroopers.
innocent of all charges. Innocent of all charges.
Okay, cool. Let's go into Return of the Jedi. What's this one about, honey? Tell us about it.
This one's about the Ewoks.
No, it's not.
Okay,
Be honest.
Fine. It's about the Ewoks.
Oh my god. Be honest with our audience. We're losing credibility.
This is where everything really comes to a head. When we last left off, Han is frozen.
In carbonite.
In carbonite.
And where do we start?
By rescuing him.
Because he's frozen.
In carbonite.
So yeah, the first quarter I want to say of this movie is essentially rescuing Han from Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. And then the final part is basically realizing, hey, the Death Star 2 Electric Boogaloo's being made. We got the plans. Many Bothans died to bring us this information, fun fact. And they go stop that, and it brings the head to everything. So, you said this is your favorite.
This is my favorite.
Of all... Okay, I'll save that question. Please continue with this one specifically.
I like... First of all, I like that everyone's, for the most part, back together in this, that found family aspect.
Uh-huh.
I like that Leia, again, in love. In the third film in the prequel trilogy, the same thing as third film in the original trilogy, this is where we lose Padme. In both instances. Like, she dies, but also, like, we lose her personality. We don't lose that in Leia here.
No.
She still stays strong. She still stays badass while she's finding her love.
Yep, that's true.
I like that we're mainly on the... Oh gosh, what's it called?
Endor.
Endor, that's the word. I knew it started with an E. I love the world of Endor. Like,
it's emphysema. The moon planet of emphysema. Please.
I love that we're mainly on Endor. Like, that is probably my favorite world of all time, even beating out Naboo.
Endor?
I love that world.
Why?
It's so fun. It's foresty. It's cool. Like, you get to see, like, the little Ewok huts. Those are fun.
Okay,
I love them.
I know.
There's a little bit of green screen in some of the battle scenes on Endor.
For
but
sure.
I wasn't mad about it. I think it fits.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, actually.
I love this.
Let's just jump right into
and it made me laugh.
Okay.
In certain times.
Let's jump into oh, sorry, please continue the laughing.
Like some of the tactics that they used, like Han tapping a stormtrooper's shoulder and then running the other way to get his attention.
Yeah.
Or like the Ewok stealing one of the motorbikes. Poor little Kai.
Yeah.
Like it was just fun.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. It definitely felt like it took a step back from Empire Strikes Back's themes, and the message was heard, but it still keeps the Star Wars energy alive. Let's talk about, I guess, the distinct 2 points of this movie. Let's split away. Everything feels interconnected into the first 2 movies. This is where there are 2 distinct moments that turn everything around. Tatooine. Let's start in Jabba's palace. That entire thing. What'd you think of that sequence?
Where they had to put the badass female lead in a fucking bikini.
Okay, first of all, can you blame them?
Listen, she's hot, okay? But why'd you have to put her in a bikini?
Oh, she was kind of like... Actually, I was looking into this to make sure I had some points for this. Carrie Fisher also did not like this.
No shit!
Entirely, I should say, because a lot of, like, her lines, when she tried to ad-lib, she didn't have as many lines, if you notice, in this. Mm-hmm. I did research, I guess, and Carrie Fisher was not happy. She's like, oh, so she stops talking, or she's sassing Vader all the time and doing all this shit, but as soon as she's got a bikini on and a chain, she suddenly shuts up. So I guess the reason she tried to make is that they want to try to, like, she's like, you gotta make the chain, like, pulled at all times, so that way Leia seems like she doesn't have a voice, because that's the only excuse I'm writing with this. So...
Yeah.
She wasn't completely opposed to the bikini itself. She was opposed to the fact that she lost the badassery for that little bit. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I see that. And I love that she stood up and said something.
Oh, yeah. But also, fun fact, this is where the crew hated her, though. Because her and her stunt double, who wore the same thing, obviously, were not supposed to be tanned. Because, obviously, that would be, like, filming scenes. They didn't film everything linear, I'm pretty sure. They had to do a lot of scenes. they refused, and Carrie Fisher would just sunbathe. There's a photo of her and her stunt double sunbathing on top of one of the sail barges, actually, laughing their asses off.
That's hilarious.
And they're having the time of their life.
I love her. She's an icon.
Like, she's so fucking funny for that.
She's an icon.
And she had so much... She was like, yeah, we really bonded during that, actually. The crew loved us during that time. Like, there's a photo somewhere where it's just them laughing their asses off sunbathing together. And everyone was like, you can't do that. Stop.
Oh, yeah, bet.
And Carrie Fisher was like the perfect actress for this. Everyone was perfect for the roles. I think we can agree on that. Carrie Fisher is just the living embodiment of Princess Leia no matter what. And I think that's the funniest thing about it, you know?
Yeah.
She's exactly what kind of person you'd want for this role. And she's so fucking funny. But other than that, what'd you think of the whole Jabba rescue? This is where we officially get that Luke had some training to become a Jedi Knight, even though we find out later his training isn't technically finished. Yeah. He's a Jedi Knight now. They rescue Han. What'd you think of this whole sequence on Tatooine?
I loved it. And again, Leia being a badass because she's wearing a fucking bikini.
Yeah.
And she still chokes Jabba out.
Oh, yeah. She did a great job. This was like a whole plan, not just to rescue Han, but take care of the crime lord, quite frankly.
We do get some more bad screams, though.
Oh, Jesus. Like what?
There were a couple, like, when they were falling into the mouth
Sarlacc?
of the... Yeah.
Okay, what'd you think of the Sarlacc? Because the Sarlacc is adding more lore to Tatooine. What'd you think of the Sarlacc?
I like
the fact that there's this thing that slowly digests
He was ugly and gross and fun, but I like the concept. If I could just toss my enemy into an open mouth, I would too.
And they have to sit there forever. They slowly digest over 100 years.
Oh, oops.
Which is important.
Gives them time to think about what they did.
Which is important because this goes back to my other thing. What'd you think about Boba Fett? This goes back to your tactics thing too, isn't it? Because this was an accidental tactic gone right.
Yeah. It's so disappointing. Like, I don't... Like, he's a pretty well-known character. I don't get how.
Can I technically spoil it, I guess?
I guess.
Okay. So the series later on, Book of Boba Fett, right? It takes place after Return of the Jedi, right? Mm-hmm. He escapes the Sarlacc, and he lives.
Oh, okay. Okay. But like, it's so. But it's so fun.
This guy has maybe 4 lines in the entire 3 movies, and he's the most iconic character for how badass he looks and how badass he is. And I love how he literally is just the victim of where is he? And his jet. What is it with him and his father, like son again, both dying due to malfunctioning jetpacks? Like, Jango Fett got run over. His jetpack wasn't working afterwards, so he couldn't really take advantage against Mace Windu. Boba Fett, jetpack malfunctions, sends him into a sail barge. He falls into the Sarlacc's mouth. Yeah. The end. And that's it. And it's the funniest thing in the world. But fun fact, this is also like the same character who's well known. This badass character that everyone loves. When we get to Legends in canon, in the Legends, it's the same thing. He escapes from the Sarlacc.
Well, all right.
So, quite frankly, that is a thing. And it's so funny every time that this famous character was known for his badass look more than anything. And then after the movies, he just gets expanded lore and everyone loves him. And I love that for him. I love that for Boba Fett. He's so fucking hysterical in that regard. But what'd you think of the entire Jabba the Hutt sequence with everything? Really fun?
Yeah. I think it was a good start.
So, here's my question for you. What'd you think of the Jedi Rock number with the aliens singing? This was not in the original version.
This is so weird.
What do you... Don't you dare disrespect Cy Snoodle like that.
I'm sorry.
Don't you disrespect my big-lipped, weird body-shaped, stick chicken leg queen.
It felt a little out of place.
It's so good. And it sets up, like, his former slave dying to the Rancor because she tried to resist him, which then puts Leia in that spot. Yeah. So, the entire palace, I feel like, was great work of Tatooine. Yeah. Because, like, there's all these... This is where all the slumlords really are. Jabba is the crime lord of the Outer Rim for a reason. Yeah. I think the sequence was fantastic. So, I guess that goes back to my general question, which we'll get to of Endor. Dual-sided question. What about the entire Endor sequence, which is most of this movie? Actually, let's backtrack for a second. The little interlude. We get an interlude in Dagobah, where Luke goes back to Yoda to finish his training. Yoda's dying of old age, saying, make sure you look good at 900 years old and get back to me, sister. Again, kooky man. He dies. We get the interlude where he also finds out that there is another Skywalker. And Luke reaches into the Force and understands it's Leia. And that's where him and Obi-Wan have a heart-to-heart about Anakin and confronting Vader and about Luke and Leia. This entire interlude, after the action, non-stop sequence at Tatooine, what did you think of this interlude?
This is where he learns he kissed his sister.
Yep. He sure did. What'd you think of this interlude?
I think this is another argument for watching the original first.
Is this the other scene you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, so if you watch the original first, that is more of a reason, because it's a surprise. Holy shit, she kissed her brother.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But yeah, I mean, it's sad because Yoda's dying, which is, I don't really like Yoda, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't agree with a lot of his opinions. I think even to the very, very end, he's still making the same mistakes, even though he should have learned from them. Again. But it is sad that he's dying. You never want
he's a great character.
An icon to die.
He's a good character still. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
But it sets up a lot of, Luke's arc, which ends on Endor.
Yeah.
On Endor!
Yeah, this is where you really
funny.
feel the divergence in Luke. He can go one way or he can go the other, but you still have that little bit of hope, where with Anakin, there was no hope. You knew exactly which road he was going down, even if you had not seen the original series. Yeah.
So, let's get to Endor then. This is where everybody's arc and revelation gets in. What'd you think of the entire Endor sequence?
I loved it! I love Endor.
Battle of Endor is amazing. We also get the big revelation where the Empire said, fuck you guys, and their second Death Star that the Rebel fleet thinks, hey, is not operational. We could take it down while they're still constructing it. They go, April Fools, and it's still it's still fireable and starts taking out Rebel ships. But this entire, battle sets things up. This is literally the epitome. Palpatine is there. Darth Sidious himself is there, literally making sure everything's going to plan. This is where we get the Luke and Vader finale. This is where we get Luke and Leia's, resolution as Skywalkers. Han and Leia's resolution as lovers and everything. This is where the Rebel and Empire's resolution ends. So, how do you feel about it tying everything together?
Oh,
was there anything that was...
No, it was a great ending. And the scene between Anakin and Darth Vader, sorry, I keep calling him Anakin.
I mean, he is Anakin still, so you can always go back.
The scene between father and son, the battle, this set everything up. This is my reason that I think you need to watch the prequels first. Because at this point, Darth Vader has shown me nothing to have hope for. He's a bad guy. Why do I care about him? I have not seen him from the beginning. This is my reason to watch the prequels, because if you watch the prequels, you will see from the very beginning that Anakin had hope.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things just didn't end up working out the way that he wanted. And then, of course, we get to the scene where he dies. And that's when you really start to feel...
Oh, you were sobbing.
Oh, yeah. It's when you really start to feel it, is because you can see Anakin in Luke. And you can see exactly what Anakin could have turned out to be. Yeah. If he didn't meet Emperor Palpatine.
If he was just taught to feel his feelings in a respectable way, which is, yay, positive masculinity for Luke. Let's go. That was a great scene, though. Just him saying, I'm a Jedi like my father before me. He still had hope to the end that there's good in him. Yeah. And I feel like I can counter a little bit of your point about watching the prequels first by saying that, yeah, Vader is a hopeless cause if you watch the original first, but that makes the payoff even better because you go into this thinking he's more machine than anything. And they say it a lot. This man's more machine than anything, quite a bit. Even if they don't say it outright. The fact that there's still a sliver of hope somewhere in there, it makes you want to hope for something to see what that tender side is, even for a split second. And we don't see it much, but the fact he snapped to his senses and sacrificed for his son, even for a minute, it's still rewarding. Like, there's still something there. And I feel like it's symbolic of the fact that, like, you know, even in the darkest night, there still is a little bit of light if you can find it. I do feel like the prequels, I agree, if you want that emotional connection, watch those first. But in regards to this, I feel like it's better. It still rewards, even if you just watch the original. It rewarded back then for that alone, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I still think... I mean, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But I still think that payoff for me
No.
would not have been...
Well, that's what I mean, though. Like, the emotional connection for you. That's what I'm getting at, too, though, I know. So,
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it still works. But then there's Palpatine's funny death of him just being thrown into the reactor. That was great.
Yeah, and that was the turning point for Darth Vader, where we see the humanity in him.
He still fulfills the prophecy at the end of the day, which I think is the biggest point. I feel like that's the biggest argument you could say for the prequel trilogy, is that you see the downfall of the Chosen One, and then, gasp, he still fulfills the prophecy at the end of the day. So that's the fun of that in that regard.
Yeah.
So I do agree watching the prequels first makes it better for that alone. Because that is still fun to see. That little twist that he still fulfills the prophecy even when he fails.
Yep.
So I like that at least. And then again, also seeing Sidious himself get thrown into the reactor is always satisfying for all the shit he pulled. You know?
Fuck that guy.
Oh, fuck that guy indeed. Like, you have such a vendetta.
Oh, I hate him so much.
He's great, though. He was a great villain.
He's a great villain, but I fucking hate him.
And his cunningness really came into play. We saw all that cunning in the prequel trilogy, and he still kept it in this one when he said, yeah, I'm going to make sure you guys understand. He led them all in there. Like, he knew from day one. Many Bonfants died, but I'm pretty sure Palpatine made sure those plans were leaked on purpose so he could bring the whole fleet there to go, hey, guess what? Half operational, bitch, and starts blasting ships out of the air. It's genius.
Let's talk about the weird scene.
Which weird scene?
The weird scene where Luke is telling Leia that he is her brother.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, I think I've always known. You fucking kissed your brother.
Oh, boy.
So you knew. And you kissed your brother.
Oh, boy.
You kissed your brother.
Yeah. Are you going to be okay with that?
No. She said she knew.
Yeah, so this goes back to my thing where when Han and Luke kiss, when Leia's like, he's my brother, and she kisses Han to symbolize her love, that shocked face wasn't Han, you know, being excited about that. I was shocked that she probably did that, quite frankly.
She kissed her brother.
Okay, now that we got
and
that
she knew.
Now we got that out of the way, let's talk about the rest of Endor. Bike scene. The bike chase sequence. Fucking amazing. Luke,
again,
one of the few times Luke and Leia get to tag team on some Imperial soldiers. The action is phenomenal.
Clearly green screen, but it works.
Oh, yeah.
It works. It's not bad. It's not overly obnoxious. It works. I liked it a lot. I had an amazing time on that planet in general.
Yeah. I know you did. But then, of course, let's just get this out of the way. Let's talk about your favorite part, the fucking Ewoks.
The Ewoks are the love of my life. We were at Disney, and we were running a little low on extra funds, but there was an Ewok there, and I had to get him.
Yeah.
I had to get him. So he's sitting upstairs with the rest of our stuffed animals.
She loves the Ewoks with her whole fucking being.
I love them so much. They're so silly, and then they died. A couple of them died, and I was really upset about it.
Oh, yeah.
That is, like, the worst thing of this entire franchise, is that they had the audacity to kill an Ewok.
I mean, if you play The Force Unleashed 2, it has DLC. Why not?
Because you're going to make me kill an Ewok.
Well, not just kill. You can do special finisher moves in this Force Unleashed 2. You want to know what the finisher move can be for an Ewok? You can punt it like a football.
That's so mean.
You want to know the best part? There's an achievement on Xbox 360 where if you kick it between two trees, guess what the achievement's called? Goal!
That's so mean. That is so mean. They're so cute. I love them so much. I mean, yeah, they might have tried to kill our entire party.
Tried? It wasn't even
tried.
kill. They tried to eat them.
What? Yeah, listen. I mean, if you found meat in the forest, what would you do?
What the fuck?
What if you were stranded, okay, and you had no choice but to eat a person?
I'm I'm not eating the person.
Maybe they're hungry.
Are you saying you're resorting to cannibalism in this case?
I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You just admitted you're a war criminal. Dear God. Dear God. Oh, no.
They are not war criminals.
They are war criminals.
They are babies.
They're war criminals.
No, they are
not. War
not.
criminals.
They're good boys and girls.
No.
And they and thems.
What?
They could be they, thems. You don't know their pronouns.
I don't give a shit what their pronouns are. They crashed a bike.
Well, listen. We've all done things we're not proud of.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
They also saved them.
Yeah, to be fair.
And they thought C-3PO was a god.
To be fair, that was the funniest thing of all time. Now, to be fair, a lot of Endor, like Han in New Hope, a lot of Endor wouldn't succeed if it wasn't for the Ewoks to some degree. So, yeah. But I also find it crazy the stormtroopers got their asses handed to them by a bunch of thrown stones by little dudes. Yeah. That's wild to me.
It's hilarious.
That's crazy. You guys are wild for that one. Lando, of course, gets to fly the Millennium Falcon. What'd you think of the battle? We had 3 battles going at once.
Yeah, that was a lot of things happening.
How did you feel about that?
I didn't mind that. Normally, I feel like I would have gotten a bit overwhelmed because that's just the way that I am. But I feel like it worked for this. It wasn't boring. Didn't feel like too much.
Yeah.
It felt like a good amount. Like you got to see a little bit of everything.
Well, everybody went through highs and lows at the same time. It felt like, which is great pacing in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So, what did you think of the space battle too? Like literally the epitome of everything. The final hurrah.
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it a lot?
I mean, yeah, I feel like there's not a lot that I can say that I haven't already said, but it was a good combination of everything. It was a good ending point.
Oh, for sure. And the celebration sequence is very heartfelt.
Yes.
We see all the galaxy celebrating. Again, Return of the Jedi's latest iteration is like the 96 2000s edition, where they added a whole new song. They added all those new sequences, and they replaced the original actor with Hayden Christensen. The original scene had the original Forest dancing and a song called Yub Nub, which you can imagine is the Ewoks.
Chikiyuki.
Oh, jeez. She loves them so. She quotes them, especially because they say Chukiyuki.
Chukiyuki.
And it's
Yub Nub.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm so glad. I can't wait for you to watch the show. It was so cute.
The Ewoks show.
Okay, I feel like I liked the Ewoks in this movie more than I did in the show, but we'll talk about that.
We'll get there
in that episode.
There, yeah. But it's a fantastic movie. It's a great send-off, and it feels like a feeling of clarity. Yeah. You know, like they finally won. What's next? They'll face it together type of thing. Like the rebellion is now the leading, or you would think the leading part of the galaxy's new way to freedom. Yeah. So I think that's fantastic in that. Do you have anything else you want to say about anything at all for this movie?
I mean, I don't love that Anakin died at the end, but I feel like it made sense, and the burning of his body at the end still showed an honor to him as a Jedi.
Oh yeah.
It was I liked this trilogy as a whole. Again, this isn't look at that. This is not a 2-hour long episode because I didn't have a lot to yell about, because I had that feeling of peace and hope, and it was a great time overall.
Okay, rank the original trilogy films.
The original trilogy?
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait. Do all 6.
All 6.
All 6.
Oh God, you're just
we're gonna get to the tier list at the end, obviously, but I want to know right now, about no tier list, your ranking of the 6 films.
Okay.
What's last place?
Last place.
I know the answer to this.
Attack of the Clones.
Yes. What's second to last?
Phantom Menace.
Okay. Third last. Can I take a bet on this one? Is it A New Hope?
Yes.
Okay. Third place film. Is that gonna be? No, I don't know if it's going to be Revenge of the Sith, though. Is it Revenge of the Sith? Empire Strikes Back?
I think it's Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, no!
I know. But only because I had such strong feelings of Revenge of the Sith.
Okay,
so Revenge of the Sith is second.
And then Return of the Jedi is...
Return of the Jedi.
Okay, see, listen, film bros are going to bitch and moan that Empire Strikes Back isn't one, but you know what? Quite frankly, that's the top 3 that everyone, I think, can agree on to some degree if you shuffle it around.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. That'll pass.
It's my opinions. If you don't agree with them, that's fine. You can let me know respectfully in the comments. Anybody that's, like, being mean or hateful, we're just going to block. because I don't have time or energy for you.
Yeah, this is where I knew I was like, oh, the film bros are going to hate us today. But I mean, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I hate film bros.
Yeah,
Y'all make it hard to want to get into
silly.
this industry.
It's a movie. We're just trying to have fun.
Y'all make it hard to want to get into this industry when y'all are so fine with defending Empire Strikes Back as number one. just saying, like, to the point of, like, death threats. Y'all are crazy. But, okay, that's a fair ranking. So, overall, your enjoyment of these 6 films... Mm-hmm. Let's talk about overall, because you've watched all 6 films.
Yeah.
And you've rewatched them again. Give me your thought about the Skywalker saga across these 6 films.
I think I'm turning into a nerd.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn into a nerd.
Too late.
I enjoy the Star Wars franchise so far. There's a lot more to go. There's a lot more things to watch.
Don't worry about the future. Talk about the 6 films.
But I think it's solid. It's fun. It's entertaining. It at times just pisses you off, but it still keeps you engaged, wondering what is going to happen. And I think that I would necessarily like put these on in the background, like on a day-to-day basis, and watch them as like a comfort movie? No, but they're not ones that I would be against watching again.
Yeah.
Like, I was really excited for this series for a reason.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because the Skywalker saga isn't technically over yet. We got 3 more films you're viewing for the first time. The sequel trilogy, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. How excited are you for this?
I'm nervous.
What do you mean?
I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I know there's some great movies in this trilogy, and there are some bad movies in this trilogy.
Okay. I can't wait, because you're going to start with Force Awakens, or, as we like to call it, Star Wars A New Hope 2.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Okay. And can I tell you the honest part? That's the only good movie anyone likes from this trilogy.
All right. Well.
So that's the best part. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to have a special guest for this, too, but he doesn't know it yet. It's going to be so great. He already agreed to it, though, so he can't back out now. So, Connor, if you're watching this episode, it's too late to back out. You can't pussy out. We're going to talk about the sequel trilogy, idiot.
See when we film that one, because it'll have to be Monday.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
I'm excited.
Again, if you're watching along with us, we will be watching the sequel trilogy. What's our question of the week?
What's your favorite of the original films? And why are the Ewoks war criminals?
They are not.
Nope. Put it down in the comments. Do it. There's a court case.
Uh-huh.
But I just, yeah. Just a great bunch of films. And I can't wait for you to see how they fuck it up in this one. I am so mad about this. This is where I'm probably going to get mad. I'm definitely going to get mad here. If you don't get mad, I'm going to be utterly surprised. Let's put it that way.
Well.
Because, wow.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us in the Ketchup Corner on this significantly shorter episode. Thank God.
I'm so mad about the next one's coming up. I'm already getting headaches just thinking about it. Oh,
we
Jesus
love you.
Christ.
Let us know your answers to our questions down in the comments below, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
May the Force be with you, and God help us all when we watch the sequel films.